Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now I'm coming back on today because I wanted to do, we're in Australia and the day's really weird because it's cold but the sky's nice and blue and yeah, it's been really cold. But anyway, I've been doing a bit more work in my room this morning, so I've got time to just do a video because I think I've done enough today in here. I've still got a bit to go, but I'm still working away. So I'm just going to show you now, like, the sort of thing that we use. Well, wool embroidery can be made on things like wool fabric. You know, you can use wool fabric to do your wool embroidery with. I've got lots of different sorts here that I picked up from samples and things at thrift shops. This one here is really nice because the colour's plain and I can see what I'm doing. But it is nice to use something, you know, like this. I've got bigger pieces of these bits, but I've just put them into this smaller container so I can find them. I've used this a few times with, I did a nice little beehive and some bees on something that colour one time. But this is what, I've just sort of got a collection. I've got a really big piece of this somewhere that I kept. I could have used it for a blanket, I suppose. It was that big, but I thought, oh no, I want to do embroidery on it. Isn't it nice? And then I've just picked up these samples too, which was really lucky because these are really expensive to buy, these ones. Well, I think all of them might cost a few dollars. Plus then I have some felt, and I was doing a little bit of needle felting when I did that. That's just and I can show you one day we might have a go at doing some more of that. But anyway, so I just thought I'd get out something different. I might use the blue, I don't know. Might use the blue or the cream today to show you what we can make. I might just do a couple more samples because I don't want to get myself in caught up in something that's a really long thing and I can't get it done to show you. Okay, so we can do some Crewel embroidery today. I found me wool, so this should be a pure wool thing. Well, it is, I think, but goes through really easy to sew. So I've got everything caught up here. I did have a lot of stuff on the table and I slowly cleared it off and got it back again to be able to see it. I really like doing those things, and if I see, well, we'll see what we're going to make today. All right, I've got my wool. Where's my wool? I found some of it because I know I haven't looked behind me. That's the thing. Get back in there. Everything wants to come out together. I put it all here in the cupboard, and it all wants to chase me out. See, that's the way. Sorry, everybody. I will just sort of you pick one thing up and the rest of it's coming too. Just leave it, stay there. And as I've had it organised, look at me. I've got it all organised. Alright. So I've got the Appleton here, and I do have some in the box that I was looking in yesterday because I'm sure I have some in here. Wait a minute, let me see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Did I have Appleton wool in here? Because I think I just put because I was looking for green this morning, because I'm always looking for green. I can never see any green. No, well, it's nothing in that one. Maybe I picked up the wrong one. Just give me a second, I'll just peep in this one. There's a bit of pink. Oh yeah, I've got some greens here. I don't particularly want them rolled. They're sort of greeny. Well, they're Appleton ones. So is that. So, oh, this could be a lot. Says I've got a lot more. I put a note in the top of the box to tell myself that I have more of these in other places. Right? Yeah, but I just don't remember how long ago that was. I put that there. And where exactly they are. Some more green. Have I got any more green? No. Alright, well, I'm going to put those back in there after. Stand up there this nicely. Yes, you too. I have them standing up. It's easy to get hold of them, isn't it? I've got these ones that I've rolled, plus I have these here that I've never ever got round to doing anything with, which is really hard because now the Appleton wool usually comes like this in a hank. I've got no idea what it costs these days because I haven't bought any for ages. Plus you can also get this one here, and this is a pure, it's a hand dyed wool that I've got somewhere in something that I just acquired. I know, what can I say? There's some yellow. This is beautiful. This is hand dyed embroidery yarn from a lady in Epping. In Australia, that is. Yeah. Look at that, isn't that lovely? And then I've got that one, and I've got all these, mostly blues and pinks, I see. Yeah, and some of these are not apple. Some of these are not Appletons. Some of them are. They are the same sort of idea though, because you know, and you get a big, like this is a big hank of this. I got this in a parcel at one of the what's the name shops in a plastic bag. Some of it got a fair few bits, and it's only cost me a couple. Not even dollars, I don't think. I don't think they charged me very much at all. It was a long time ago. Plus you can get ones that are in these little rolls here. People do their own wool and they sell them online. Look at that. Isn't that scrumptious? Some colours. These are called Toro Kinder of Australia. So that, you know, and they're all wool ones that you can use for your sewing, okay? Really, really beautiful, aren't they? I have a few variegated ones too. There's more. I think that one's a bit variegated. I don't know, maybe not. It doesn't really look like, oh well. Anyway, so there's a blue lot in here, isn't it? I've got some blue, haven't I, and purple. I've got another one of those. So you can use any sort of thing that you wanted to do these things with. Any sort of thread that you like. Oh well, this thread, I like that. I'd love to do something with that. It's awesome. I know I've got an apricot colour one like that too somewhere, sitting around in one of the bags. I remember doing that, plain as day. I remember. Don't know whereabouts it was I put it. But see, these are not actually full length. These are like these are. These are all cut to a certain length. So that's good, isn't it? So then you just use what you want to use off it. Anyway, and plus I do know I've got some thicker wool as well, like ordinary wool. Okay, so I'm just going to have a bit of a go with some of this here now. What's our book? Our book's up there, right. Okie dokie, but I will do a bit of this up on here, eh? Let's have a try one of these. A small piece. We're just going to do a small piece. So there's your pattern, okay? Isn't that delicious? We wouldn't be able to get that much done, but we can try. We can have a start, can't we? And one day we can hope Sonya will come back and finish it. Let's see. Look at these here. These are cool, aren't they? Okay, there are a lot of there's a lot of different stitches on that one. What do we feel like doing today? So there's the long and short stitches. So you're shading in what you're doing. This I like. I really like that. That leaf's really neat, isn't it? Wow. Filling in, layering and filling in, Sonya. I do like this too. This spiderweb stitch, circular spiderweb stitch, and this is a different sort of one on a what's the name? The shape of the flower bud. And this one here is detached buttonhole stitch around the outside of that. There must be this one here still on that page. Righto. I do love this. I do like that. I suppose we could give that a try. It depends which way your stitches are going to for you to have this in the right direction, okay? So your stitches have got to go in the right direction. I like that. And this one. Maybe I could do one of those because it's got a few different ideas in it, I think. Got to pick out your colours. You don't have to do exactly what they've got. You don't. Right. And getting it onto the piece of what you're going to work with is there's a way. You need a light box. So this lady's transferring that onto some with some pencil that comes off, and then she ironed it onto here, piece of fabric. So she's doing this on a piece of fabric. She's not doing this on wool. I had a lady come from, she drove about 80 mile, if you know this, to come for me to show her how to transfer something onto wool fabric, because it is not easy. And the only way I knew how, I showed her and she was absolutely thrilled. Ah dear. Well, I can't actually say that my way was the right way, but it was a good way, you know. It was a good way that I found of doing it, because I did a lot over the time. But I'm thinking I might do one of these here today, okay? Or start one, hey? We might do one of these. The only thing is getting it onto the fabric, which is not an easy achievement. That one I did yesterday, I just put that there myself, didn't I? Okay. I know how I'll show you how to do it. The only thing is it's going to take a bit of time. And that's okay. We can't do it because it's going to take a bit of time. We can just do it and come back. All right. So let's have one of these today. Or have we got any more of them single ones? Is that it there? Same colour, yeah. So the size isn't too bad, is it? Don't mind that size. Oh, they're detailed from this other page. Wait a minute. Sorry about this. We will get there, I promise you. We will do something today. So doing the shading is a interesting part that I'm quite keen to do as well. This is very busy, but it's probably something that's easier to put on, like easy to transfer on because of the shape. So where have we got that? Here. We weren't up for this morning, were we? Because we do not have anything to transfer that on there. Okay, I don't have any paper for that, do I? Hereby close to me. I know I might do, hang on. Nobody panic, I could have some bit of tracing paper here that I can use. Or is it just acetate? I'll have to, wait a minute. I know I did have some in here, but there we go. Look at that. I'm more organised than I thought I was. Okay, so now I've got this piece. Now there's different ways you can do this, but I'm going to show you what I would do myself. That's what I'm looking at, isn't it? With the that it there? Yep. I know. Actually, there's a lot of the one thing and not much of the others. Let me see. It's got lots of stuff on it. Is that it? It looks very small. Looks a bit small. That's the only trouble. I thought it might have been a bit small, but that's okay because it won't take. I hope it doesn't take that long to do. This isn't sharpened very well, is it? It's supposed to be pointy when you're tracing it. Oh well, when you're doing something with a pencil, your pencil's supposed to be sharp, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to do this. Trace around your design. Now, if you haven't got a design, you know where you'll find something? In those colouring in books. You know them adult colouring in books? I have a feeling you'll probably be able to come across something in one of them. I used children's ones for years. Now I don't think I need to do that bit that's there in the centre, because actually I'll just take it across here and I will draw this on. Are we still in the shot? Oh good. I'll draw this on here, okay. Yeah, I use children's colouring in books for years to get designs out because they do have flowers, alright. Back in the days when you didn't have the internet. And then there's a piece in the centre. This bit here. And then we have this little, like a heart-shaped bit. Now whether I'll use all these pieces I don't know, okay? Because all I know is I want to put it, and I've got to try and get it on my piece of fabric. Okay, so I have got one of those books just here that I found the other day. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. This one here's got Enchanted Adventures in it, but it's got a lot of things, you see, so you'd probably be able to trace some of the flowers of that out of this. It's partly coloured in for you. I bought it because it's got all these little bits. Look, there's a mushroom. Now that'd be really cool to trace that. So you can use something like this if you haven't got the book I got. I think that you can get these really cheap, a couple of dollars I think these are now, I don't know. But, or even pick them up sometimes second-hand places. I think people get them for presents and don't really want them. So, oh, let's look at them goodies in there. Look at all them nice things there. So anyway, that's what I got that out of, a magical colouring book. It's a quarter adult one, I think, because it could be a kid one. Could be kids, I don't know. But anyway, so if you find that, or the old-fashioned colouring books, remember those? Yeah, so we can do that. Now, I'm going to cut this out. 11, Sonya. You have to turn this off, otherwise you're not going to be able to do anything else with it. Right, now we've got this bit. I might just take these two bits to start with. Tracing paper is pretty easy to come by. Now, what I did and what I do, now you can sit here and you can poke little holes all around in that, and then you get this your powder and you shake it on and go through. Don't do that. I don't do that. I do not do that. I'm not patient enough to do that. I'll show you what I will do though. Because to me that didn't work very good, but that was just me. I mean, I could have been mucking it up something frightful. And fussy cut this to do its shape out here first. Right. I should have did this first for you, but I wasn't thinking about transferring it. It never occurred to me that I'd have to be doing this. And you look, by the time you get it done, it's not very big, is it? But it's alright. I can use this on something, can't I, when I get it done? So I've got that piece. Now the bit in the middle, I'll just cut that round as close as I can to it. Because what I'm going to do, it's going to be, I'm going to be able to figure out where I'm up to, you know what I mean? If it's possible. See, so I've got that bit there, right? Then I had the other little piece. What did I do with that? But it's going to go in there later, so I'm not going to worry too much about that because I can look after that piece. Okay, so we'll put this in here like that. Put a pin in that. Now, I had some really tiny small pins here this morning because I was trying to find somewhere to put them. They're in a box with a lid. Good on you, Sonya. I can't see them now. I've got these ones. They're not small, but it'll do. It will do. Not very big. I wish I had done this first so I could show you if we could get started with the stitching, but anyway, we'll go as quick as we can. Okay. Needle. Too small, way too small. I want something. Yeah. How about that? That looks alright. it's got light colour cotton on it, so we can't have that, because that won't... You can do it. You'll be able to see it. You won't be, but I can. Wait a minute. Well, we better do something that you can see. Come here. It's good I know where things are, even though I can't reach them very good. Isn't it? Right. I can reach them, but had a stretch. Cotton curled up here everywhere around myself. I'm going to outline this with the cotton, because then I can just either leave it there or cut it out. You could draw it on there if you want to with your magic pencil that magically disappears, which is the pink thing that I had here yesterday with this. You can draw it on like that if you want to, right? And that will fade away, because you can't do that inside bit. But I'm going to put this around mine, because this is how I've done my wool embroidery now since I can think about it, because I had no other way. So this is what I did, and I went around the outside of it like this, because you've got to have your picture close by, so you make sure that you get it the right way. So if I pulled that thread right up there, I'd come back here and I'd couch down that bit like that, right? I probably could have went a bit closer. This is not very good to sew with this stuff, is it? I might move this over while I'm still only new. I still haven't done anything too scary with it. I'm going to put that back in there without that middle bit for the time being. So I've got that, and I'm going to go into there, right? It doesn't really take that long to stitch it on. Okay, come on, through. And then you come back up here where the part is that's sitting out, like there's a piece there. It's sitting out, and you pick up that and make it turn over a bit, right? I haven't got it through there yet, have I? Oh, okay. Oh, come on, Sonya. Oh dear. So see, now what I've got there is a shape of that leaf. But I didn't go right down to the bottom, and I don't really need to, because I can see, you can do that if you want to. You can stitch it right down to here and then come back over it. And then, well, actually, we can do that. I'll show you. You can come back up over there. Not really making it like the shape of this thing, am I? It's moving around a lot. And then when you, if you don't, you can do that, and then you can pull the paper off. Okay? So we come out there. I'm a bit of a higgledy-piggledy beast, this is, but it's the way that I like to put it on there. And then I'm going to just pick up that bit, move it over, starts coming out to a nice shape. Come here. Put that on in here like that. And so I've got that bit going up there. But see, then I'm going to tear this off in a minute. So I go down in this one, down here. Oops. And it's just because I'm doing it like this, because it's a lot quicker if you make it to the shape, and then you can, when you're sewing it, it won't matter one bit if you go across any of these lines, you know, or inside them or anything, because you can do that the best you want it to be, okay? Do it nicely. You just need a bit of a guide. That's all you do. You just need a bit, and then look at your picture and just see what your shape looks like, and make sure that you give it a bit of a shape when you're doing it. All right. It's got a nice curly bit on the end of this one, so I'm going to bring it back in here, the string, the thread. I'm going to bring it back in over there a bit, look, to make it how it's going to have to be when I get there. And down at the back. Now you can, like I said, you can either leave this in here, it just depends what colour you're using, or you can take it out after you're finished. Okay? Up there. Down here. Because if you're using a baby blanket, piece of baby blanket, it all costs a lot of money. And I don't know why, but I did not want to put any sort of pencil or anything on mine. For some reason, I was a bit dubious about that. I never used to use glue on fabric. Once that was definitely a no-no. Now I'm gluing everything all over the place. But anyway, it's just the way things change in the world, I suppose. But when you look at it, a lot of things are made with the glue behind them. It's how they put the books together and things like that. And some of the sewing things are glued even before they're sewed. So it's just how things are, and you just... I'd never dream of putting glue near any of my fabric. Oh dear. Anyway, it's all changed, didn't it? It's all changed. Hope you're all doing a bit of stitching. Some of you said you were excited about doing a bit of this, so that's good. I will probably put one of these up a week if I can. I'm trying to do a variety of things because that's what I work on, a variety of things. And if I can, I'm a little bit, maybe you'd probably think I'm a bit, I don't like to get stuck on the one thing for too long. I sat here one time, years and years ago, when my sister-in-law was here, which I haven't seen her now for 10 years because we'd never seen her. Jeremy's sister we're talking about. And she wanted me to make this bag for her, and knit a black bag for her, this evening bag. It was bead knitting it was. Oh, and I sat there for 3 days, every chance I got to do this thing for her. I'll never forget it, how long it took. I don't think she appreciated it all that much. She liked it, of course. She wanted it, yes. Well, wouldn't she? It was very disappointing to think that she wasn't very nice about, me doing it at all. But she wanted it. Wanted it so bad. Well, she would have done too. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It was just so nice. And I knitted and knitted and knitted, and I swear if I didn't have it in my hand, I felt like I should be. That's how much I was doing it. I could have missed it when I was finished. A lot of work. I don't think I've ever sat down and did anything like that with the bead knitting sense, and I think that was wrong because, I made myself that burgundy colour one I've showed you in the past, but I've not done a knitted one since because I guess that was just something that I don't know if I got over it. I can't really say that. I forgot to put that bit there. Hang on, I'll come back and do it. I'm running out of thread here and I wanted to make it all the way around, but I'm not going to, so I'll just put that down in there, moving it out a bit over the shape to shape it. Now this is only if you don't want to draw on yours. You want to draw on yours? That's fine. You will be sewing over the top of it probably, which I would have been if I did that like that, but I needed to show you this way because it's your choice what you do. I think this, for me, this was how I wanted to do it because it was not going to be ruining my fabric. Oh, well, it wouldn't ruin it because if you do it, but you get it exactly and you'll cover it over. But I've seen lots of things where people have done that and then you can still see it. And you won't get pencil off here. You will not get your pencil off here. Make it a bit in the back. You don't have to tie that off too much because it's not going to be staying in there anyway, but I'll have a bit more so it can keep going. But I can show, I've only got one to go, so I'll do that, then I'll take it off and show you how. And then we can just put our centrepiece in there and do a circle, I reckon, because all I've got to do is just stick it within, have it kept within the circle. What did I do with it? For goodness sake, it can't be too far away. I haven't been anywhere, have I? Oh, dear me, Sonya. Oh dear. Anyway, I know what it looks like, I think. Circle with a few bits on it. It's probably on the floor. Everything just goes on the floor. Okay, let's put this on here. I've only got 15 minutes left to go. Oh dear, I've I've gone way past me time here. Well, not past yet, but I will be. But anyway, you can come back and see what I'm doing later, after, because I put up 2 videos yesterday because I hadn't done any for a long time and I needed to do some. And getting tangled up in my own work here. And it doesn't bother me if I'm, and some people get really upset if things aren't going particularly right, but you've got to be patient with things like this. It's not something that you can just, do willy-nilly. And I don't mind if I want to do it properly. And if it doesn't work and it's giving you a hard time, like getting caught on everything, don't worry about that. It's okay, you can fix that. It's not like it's going to be too earth-shattering. Don't throw it across the room. I've had people chuck things across the room, throw them in the bin. What's the matter with that? You don't... suppose you don't want to be doing it if you're doing things like that with it. You shouldn't be sewing. Okay, now that's that bit. Now I'm going to tie this off. And just be very careful ripping that off because that paper is actually quite strong that I've used. So I don't want to pull out my threads. I won't pull them out, but I'll lift them up and they won't be tidy. So, just tear it either side, look, see? I just tore that up there. There you go. That one. That one. Whoops, a daisy. Whoops. I'll try and tear this out here. It's really weird, that sun's fairly beaming out there and it's supposed to be going to be really cold today. And I don't want it to be cold because the other day when Jeremy was tidying up a bit, he put the heaters away. We store them in either out in the shed or in plastic. He put them in big plastic bags and puts them away. So this morning he went and got them back out again and put them back. So I said to him the other day, don't put the heater away. It'll, it'll probably start. There goes that. Well, see, that's no good. If you want more of them, then just make some more. Trace them. It's real easy. Okay, so now in the centre we have that part that's round, and it's got them nice bits on it, hasn't it? And Sonya just lost that bit. I did. I just lost that bit. Now I've got to do is find it again. I should have put a piece of paper in this book, shouldn't I, so I could see what we were up to. I think that's it there, isn't it? Huh? Where'd it go? Is that it? Yeah, but I want to find the piece that's got it. Oh, I just copied that off her. There it is. Is this it? No? No, it's not. Where did I get that from? Oh, dear, oh dear. So I can see it there. So where is it here? That's it there, isn't it? Right. You only need one piece, Sonya, just one piece. There. Now where's the piece I traced? Where'd it go? Oh dear, just because I'm in a hurry. Sorry, people. I'll get it here in a minute. Oh, there it is. Look, on the back page. That's it there, right? So in the middle, I've just got that bit that I'll just leave that and do these other bits of stitching, which are done in okay. So that's cool. I'm going to have to look at the instructions for that, aren't I? Why isn't it helping me? This book is not helping me. It's been split in two, photocopy each half. Right, and you can do that because they let you do that, okay? So this piece here is the star flower, and the centre is done with dark French knot strands surrounded by mid-yellow satin stitch. Small flowers above. That's this here part. The outer petals are worked in a buttonhole stitch shading. So that's a buttonhole stitch around here. Righto, so we'll do that first. Alright, and then we're doing the middle bit. Rightio. Got that. Okay, Sonia. See it over there. It's going to take a bit of space, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, am I going to do them colours? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm going to do... Well, see, that blue looks really dark to me. I'm not a big fan of that dark blue, but I'll put the darker pink thing around the outside. If I can find any of that. I'm sorry about this. I can't get everything in the camera, can I? Unless I sit it underneath what I'm doing. There we go. We'll sit it underneath here. How about that? Right. Now, I've got a few minutes just to get started with this bit, and then we've got to do the inside bits. I need a bit darker piece to go around the edge. What about if I use that and that one? This purpley one's nice. I've got purpley one over there too, haven't I? Is that not variegated, is it? So as I can go in the centre. If you keep your colours pretty much like they've got them too, that's a good idea, isn't it? Because that'll keep it looking a lot the same, I suppose. I'll use this one here to go around the outside. It's variegated. Oh dear, I suppose it doesn't matter, does it? So is this one. It should be a ready colour. Hang on. Nobody panic. I'll find something, the right colour in a minute. I will. But there's not enough. That's too burgundy, if that's the thing. It didn't occur to me when I picked that I'd have to put the colours. The colours wouldn't be right. This might make it. Maybe not. Yes, it will. I think there's plenty there. Okay. So I need a good needle, which I have a box of needles, because I put them in here the other day because I love this box. Do love this box. So I've got all my needles in here, so I can go and pick out something that's going to be just nice, because you don't really need a thicker one really, because you're going to have this Appleton isn't very thick like the other wool, like the wool. This should be coming off in a piece. It shouldn't be still that long, surely. Come on. Right, yep, there it is. But I'm going to cut it in half because I don't want to be trying to wrestle with that. And I'm just going to get a bit of a start on this, but if you can get yourself done with a pattern to start with, that's good. So I'll only be going down to this part here, right? So I can sew down to those little peaks there, and then I know the inside bit's got to have that other bit done to it. So this is going to turn out really pretty, I think. Okay, so we've threaded the needle. We hope we'll thread the needle easy enough or not, because it's oops. So we all know how to do chain stitch. You just come up through the back down here like this. I will try not to go through the blue. Okay, and then just down there like that, and up through there. Yeah, I don't want this to turn into two stories, but I do want to keep going with it. I don't know what to do. Maybe I could just put them up one after the other. Okay, I could do that, couldn't I? If I just keep sewing and then it'll end up I'll have a 50-minute one and whatever is left over. If you're watching that, maybe you could do that for me. Just watch this bit, then the next part, and that way I can keep going with this and we can get a bit done. Okay? There's nothing worse than getting started and then having to stop, is there? And I'm hoping that I've got more of this somewhere, and if I don't, I'll cry. I think I should be able to get a few bits done with it, surely. So each one of these, you're going to come down like this with them. See, you're not going to go around. You're not going to go around. You've got to come into the centre here with it, like that. And then you go down in there and come back up this way. Here and go around down here. Okay, right, so this is going to be, we're still on part 1, I think we're still on part 1, so we can get both. We'll do 2 parts. All right. Oh well, I might have to, well, I'll do more because I do want to finish it, and I can't imagine that's going to happen just doing a little while. It takes a little while to do things, you know. You've got to be prepared to have a bit of time on it. I remember when I used to do stump work, I used to spend hours just making the smallest thing, smallest pieces for the work, you know, and it was just how it was. You just do a bit at a time. There we go. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And I haven't got in a hoop today, and you can do yours in a hoop, but I must tell you that if you don't, you have to be very careful not to pull your threads. Okay, so that's gone and twisted on me. Come on, twisted you. That's because I had it rolled up, and I wish I had never done that. I did that way back in the olden days, before I understood that it was going to stay like this. You could probably wet it and then straighten it out if you wanted to first, if you had that idea. The Mama must have left us a bit of rubbish, because he stopped for a second. By rubbish, I mean catalogue or something. Now that bit there's not really good because it twisted a bit, but I want to fix that. Which bit did we pull on? I'm going to come back and take it undone. It's got to be right. It's got to be right, people. It's got to be right. Use the back of the needle. Might be better. Use the back of the needle. Righto. Whoop. Oh, it's twisted. Sorry about this. We will fix that though. We have the ability to do that. Gee, it's bad. So all I did was put my needle in there and twist it around, and it come and that helped it come untwisted. See. So what I need to do now is go back down in there. Oops, missed it completely. All right, come on. Yeah. Turn that round. Again. Go down in there. Thread your needle. While I've got it in there, so it won't twist up again. Got all that far before it started playing the fool with me, didn't I? Anyway, nobody panic because we're going to do okay. We're going to be just fine. Now, I don't know what I've done now. Has anybody got the idea? Okay, righto. Right, we're leaving it that way for the time being. It'll be fine. He's coming unthreaded again. Oh, you little rotter. You little rotter. Good. That's all good. I'm going to keep using this as much as I can because I don't want to run out. I'll probably be able to do a few more stitches with it. I hope. One. Oh dear. Patience is what we need. Looks to me like it's a different sort of colour, doesn't it? No, it's maybe just a shadow of something. I'm going to have to end that off because it's getting too short. It's going to start to look all daggy. I don't take it off back in the back. There we go. It is the same colour. Of course it is. Right. I won't hook it through the blue if I can help it because I'm going to take the blue out. And come and thread it again, thank you. Oh, for goodness sake. It doesn't matter if it's unthreaded, I've got it. Now, where's the other piece that I cut off? Is this it? That's not very long. No wonder it didn't last me long. Did I cut it that short? Must have done. Anyway, all good. We'll still have plenty to go then, won't we? Still have plenty of thread left. We've done 1, 2 and a bit. So we should be right. 1, 2 and a bit. We just won't be able to do anything else that colour on it. Okay. I'm excited about doing that piece in the middle. Oh, truth. I'm excited about doing that bit in the middle because I want to lattice sort of work stuff it is. Right. So we got probably that last one's finished now, that video. So we might be on to the next one, the next video, I don't know. We're doing this because we want to make sure we get a bit done, okay? And I can show you how to do one of the blue bit in the centerpiece. It's beaut. It's all good, isn't it? Now I should have did what I told you. I should have wet the wool and then dried it, but I did not realise how squishy it'd be because when I wrapped it, I must have pulled it on it really hard. You know, like I was rolling it up, which was a bit silly. The rest of them I'm not going to roll them up because I'm just going to keep them flat. They'd be easier to use. And find some more because I know I've got more in different places because I didn't have a place to put this to start with. Now I have. I've made a lot of different compartments for things, which is a really good idea. I might hold this up and sort of hold it up and let the thread hang down, and it might just straighten it a bit better. Stop when it's so kinky. Right, now I've looped that up too far. Come on, just bring it undone carefully a bit. Rightio. Now I'll get down here. Now you can do this with ordinary embroidery thread. There's no rules, okay? There's and just don't have to put it on the wool blanket either. There's no rules for that either. So if you know whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Now what have I done here? Oh, maybe I didn't make it as nice and curly as I should have. I don't know. Oh no, that's not too bad. She's run out of thread really fast, don't I? But I don't have a lot. I didn't have a very big piece on there, so. There's another bit here somewhere, wasn't it? Here. There's not much in that. Use it, but you'll get one more petal because you've got another bit there on the card, but maybe not as much. Probably the same amount again, I'd say. I might have. Now I go up here, start this one. Knots, probably no knots. Okay, now I tried to do a quilter's knot and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I've been doing this way all my sewing life, which is fair bit, and I couldn't figure out it. The quilter's one that you roll it around the needle and you just pull it through and you're supposed to have a knot. Do you think Sonya could figure that out? I could not do it. It was just ridiculous. Not it, me. But anyway, I thought, well, you know, I've done it this way for all these years. I might as well just stick to the plan, you know. Might as well stick to the plan, so. Whoops. Come unthreaded. And that's okay. We can thread it again. I broke all my needle thread and things. I've got them, but it's just a piece of wire stuck onto that thing, so I can put it back together, I reckon, if I really need to. If things get